Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation is from Thanasari Mahalla Panjwa, composition of the fifth Nanak. The first verse. Darabavant Darab Dekh Garabai, Bhumavant Abhimani, Raja Jane Sagal Raj Hamara, Tyo Har Jan Tekh Swami. The wealthy one, Darabavant, the one who possesses wealth, takes great pride in its wealth. Darab Dekh Garabai, puffs up with pride. Bhumavant Abhamani, Bhumavant, the landowner, is full of ego. Similarly, the king. Raja Jane Sagal Raj Hamara, knows that all kingdom is mine. In the same way, Tyon Har Jan Tekh Swami, the devotee of the Har, relies on the master. Now, the master is the truth. The truth is described in many different ways, as Har, as Swami, as Prabh. So the devotee relies on the master. So what we are seeing here are three typical figures from societal life: the rich, the landed gentry, and rulers, who have been presented as illustrations on how the ego identifies itself around externalities. So in this case, the rich identifying with their wealth, the landed gentry, the aristocracy, identifying itself with land, and the king identifying itself with power. So in each of these illustrations, what we are being shown is that the ego, the haume, it tries to stabilize itself by attaching to something that looks solid. But the Guru is saying this dependence is actually rooted in impermanence. After all, wealth can change hands, land outlives its owners, and kingdoms dissolve. Indeed, the ego itself is impermanent. And this is the source of our existential angst, trying to stabilize something that is inherently unstable. So in contrast, the Guru is saying that the Sikh, the Harjan, roots its identity in the ground of being, in the Har. This is the very ground from which all of these forms emerge. And this deeper reality outlasts all forms. So now, to be sure, this is not a rejection of the things of the world, whether it is wealth, land, power. This is not the issue. The issue is one of categorizing. It is a category error. We are misplacing our identity with these things by saying, I am the king, or I am wealthy. Whereas in reality, we are simply temporary expressions of a deeper ground, which is called Har. We need to realize that, understand that. In the Rahau, this point is made further. If someone remembers their own support, because this being, this Har, is the ground of our support. Je ko apni ot samare. If you remember what you are grounded in, you're grounded in the Har, in the truth. Jaisa bit taisa hoye varte. Then you will conduct yourself as your inner state is. Your inner state will have changed because you're no longer identifying with things outside. Jeko apni ot samare. If you understand what you are being supported by, then you are going to act accordingly. Apna bal nahi hare. So the verse reads, Jeko apni ot samare, jaisa bhit taisa hoye varte, apna bal nahi hare. Meaning, you will not exhaust your strength because you're now identifying yourself with a deeper inner movement. You're simply an expression. So the first verse shows our error. We are simply temporary forms of life's continuity. And in the Rahau, we are instructed on how to change our orientation, the inner mechanism. If only we remain aware of what is our true support, the deeper reality called Har, then our perception will shift. And a shift in perception will bring modification in behavior. So the conflict is less about external factors like wealth, power, etc. It's more about where we have located our psyche, ot. And then further, in concluding verse, An tyag bhai ik asar, saran saran kare aaye, Sant anugrah bhai man nirmal, nanak har gun gaye. So it should be read, An tyag bhai ik asar saran, saran kare aaye, Sant anugrah bhai man nirmal, nanak har gun gaye. So, an tyag, abandon all else, meaning do not seek the support or do not identify with wealth, with kinship. Don't identify. It doesn't say don't possess. Do not identify yourself with these things. Identify yourself with that one. Bhai ik asar. And what is the one? It is the oneness that prevails everywhere. The Har. Saran saran kare aaye. Repetitive. Seek its shelter. Sant anugrah bhai man nirmal. That happens only when through the Guru, the Sant Guru, the mind becomes pure. What is the mind becoming pure? It's getting rid the source of this impermanence, the haume. When you drop haume, you are not identifying with anything external. All other dependencies get dropped, and life is staked on one source, the Har. And that becomes grace-filled awareness. The mind is cleansed of its anxieties and compulsions, and what flows naturally is a life attuned to and expressive of the qualities of the divine, of the Har. Har Gun Gaye. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.